Hey everyone, it's Nokkeli and welcome back to another video. It's been a while since the last one, sorry for that, but it's been a busy time for me, so haven't really had time for any YouTube stuff, but here we go again. And this time it's gonna be the Italian Heavies. This is gonna be like a short, oh well, not even that short, but a highlight from the stream. A little bit of discussion about the new Italian Heavies and what we know so far. We'll be taking a look at the developer diaries video by Wargaming and then talk a little bit about the tanks themselves. So yep, hope you enjoy and have a good one.
December 2019,
Let's
the Italian Heavy Tanks branch was announced at WG Fest in Moscow. A lot of work has been done since then. It's time to demonstrate to you the technological pinnacle of Italian heavy tanks, featuring an improved auto-reloader system.
Ooh, I knew it.
Italy is a country with a long history of building heavy tanks. There's the Fiat 2000 from World War I. During the interwar
Holy
period,
crap, chunky
Italians
boy.
were making heavy tanks at the request of the USSR. Italians started developing vehicles for themselves since late 1938. According to the Italian classification, they were heavy vehicles, but the weight of these vehicles
that's a
didn't exceed
10-minute
30
video.
tons and decreased
All right.
even more later on. The end of World War II put Italian tank building on hold. The country's damaged economy was supported by the Marshall Plan. However, even with external help, Italy couldn't afford any major leaps in tank development after World War II. In any case, they couldn't even produce heavy armament. But that didn't mean they couldn't design new heavy tanks. The new line will branch off the P-43 BIS at Tier 6. It will include 4 vehicles. At Tier 7, there is the
All right, let's do it like this so that it's not like entire ripoff.
Carro de
There we
Salto
go.
P-88. Although it is the only Italian heavy tank without an auto-reloader, it has 2 cyclical guns with a high rate of fire at its disposal. There's a hint of another reworked wartime project in this tank, a concept using a rear transmission arrangement. The hull was longer, but maintenance was easier. This solution brings to
Wow.
mind the experience
That's
of
long.
British designers who tried to make heavy tanks out of light tanks. That is why this Italian has good mobility for a heavy with average armor. The branch continues with the Progetto CC55 Mod 54 at Tier 8. It was
What a
influenced by
name.
not only the American pilot projects of the early 1950s, but also by the fact that most tanks in service with the Italian Army in the 50s and 60s were produced in America, the M46 and M47. In general, the concept of post-war tanks resembled the American Pershing. These vehicles were in service with the Italian Army by the mid-60s. The Progetto CC55 Mod 54 is better protected than its predecessor and has a more powerful 105mm gun. But the most interesting aspect of the Progetto CC55 is that it's the first appearance of the Italian Heavies improved
Film watching.
auto-reloader. Let's talk more about it.
The hull looks pretty nicely like, well, it has those weird like slopes
When
to
there's
it,
no
so
danger, shells auto-reload similarly to Italian medium tanks. The first
kind of like
shell
the
loads the
E5s
slowest, the
and
last, the
whatnot
fastest.
in the Americans.
The differences begin when you start shooting. For example, let's take a situation when the first shell is ready to fire and the second one is still loading. If it was fired from an Italian medium tank, you would have to wait the full shell loading time. After a shot, the improved mechanic starts working, which facilitates the gun reloading. A special marker will be displayed next to the loading timer. The reloading time of the next shell will start gradually decreasing. Once the marker turns
okay.
white, the loading time will be halved. A nice bonus. You can fire at any moment, but the longer the shell reloads, the faster the next shell becomes available.
Nice.
Take a shot before the shell reloads completely. Otherwise, the next shell will be loaded as normal. The new mechanics will contribute to the gameplay variety of the Italian vehicles. So, in the near future, we'll focus on testing it properly.
Then again, I don't know.
The Tier 9 Progetto C50 was inspired by German developments.
Yeah, that's like a...
By the late 50s, the Germans started working on their own tank design. Back then, it was called the Standardpanzer. The French were interested in this project, and it helped them create the AMX-30 later on. But the Italians were the first ones to get the Zero Series Standardpanzer.
A lot of space armor.
It's safe to assume that these developments influenced the project as they are embodied in the new branch at Tier 9. The Progetto C50 Mod 66 has all the features of a mobile heavy tank.
That's a pretty cool looking tank.
Great frontal armor, a powerful 120mm gun with an improved auto-reloading system, and good elevation and depression angles. This turns it from a support vehicle into a self-reliant combat vehicle.
That's nice.
The pinnacle of the branch is a tank with the exotic name Rinoceronte, which means rhino in Italian.
How many rhinos do we have in the game now?
Which allows it to initiate an attack on the flanks along with medium tanks. And its great armor enables it to lead the advance. It's armed with a 127mm gun that deals 490 damage per shot.
That's a sick looking turret.
It's equipped with the improved auto-reloading system whose combat performance can't
Yeah, it looks
be
very cool.
The Rinoceronte has a unique set of characteristics that allow it to switch battle tactics. Summarizing the branch, it's safe to say that these vehicles are very mobile and can hold their own in firepower compared to same-tier vehicles. At the final stages of testing, they will be shaped into completely capable vehicles that don't break the current balance.
Awesome. I mean, visually seems pretty damn...
Along with the researchable vehicles in the Italian tech tree, the
Premiums.
Progetto C45 Mod 71 Tier 8 premium tank will be added to the game. It will
What
be
a
the
surprise.
first to be sent to Super Test, so let us tell you a bit more about it. This project is a combat vehicle concept that was a result of Italian designers studying German developments. A whole series of vehicles was developed with a significantly increased combat weight, but a relatively low profile. Additionally, new
So it's
development
flat.
in armor protection was happening at that time.
Yeah, but
Particularly,
we'll see what
spaced
happens
armor
with the
made its return after being
Progetto
developed
now.
during World War II. The Progetto C45 Mod 71 has great upper glacis angles and somewhat rounded turret corners. Its effective armor is great and has additional protection in the form of screens.
Surprisingly sort of good, yeah.
This tank feels comfortable against
Never happened
same-tier
before.
enemies on the front line. And it's even better in positional combat if you have a chance to use terrain to your advantage. The depression angle of -10 degrees
Wow.
allows it to completely hide the hull and block
Holy
damage
crap,
with the
that's
turret.
gonna
In this
be
position, the effective armor
crazy
increases
good.
even more,
Hold down.
and it can become a big problem for
or
many
in
enemies.
like on a slope.
The 105mm gun and 3-shell magazine can deal 1,000 damage in 6 seconds. And of course, it has
the
the
hell?
improved auto-reloading system that will enable it to feel confident in any situation. The situation requires firing like a cyclical vehicle? Great! Got a chance to deal a lot of damage to the enemy with all 3 shells? Sure thing. The enemy won't let you safely reload your magazine? No problem. You can still bring the fight in cyclical firing mode. And the most calculating soldier can even shoot twice at the enemy and switch to cyclical firing. And when the enemy has very little HP left, finish them off with 2 accurate shots.
So you actually have
However,
to
such
switch between
benefits
the
have a
firing
price.
modes.
The accuracy and aiming
Or did I understand that
characteristics of the
wrongly?
tank are below average. You probably won't be able to fire effectively.
Oh, that's actually
from
kinda true,
mid-distance,
Ray Babu.
despite the nice view range of 380 meters. But in most cases, this won't be necessary. The Progetto C45 Mod 71 has good mobility as for a heavy tank. Its top speed of 50 kilometers per hour.
Oh, that's not too
Specific
bad.
power of 12.46 horsepower per ton.
Oh, meh.
Allow it to cross long distances without being an outsider among other heavy tanks of the same tier. Soon, the Progetto C45 Mod 71, together with other Italian
Yeah,
heavy tanks, will
I mean,
get to
50
the
is
super
not
test, where we'll be adjusting their
rare,
characteristics
but
right up
it's
until
definitely
release.
good. Power to
Upon
weight
making
is
changes,
nothing
we'll
too
share
special
additional
though.
details.
That one looks good.
Leave your
I
feedback
want
on
it.
the forum and in the comments under the video. It helps us make the game better. Good luck on the battlefield.
Awesome. Pretty cool. So what do you guys think? Seems interesting. And more content, yeah, that's good. And like, did I understand it correctly that you actually have to switch between the firing modes to like to have like an auto reloader and a single shot gun, or was that just some sort of a like them talking about using different methods of shooting? I don't know. I guess we'll see. It did sound like you actually have to like press X or whatever to switch between the firing modes, and then the improved autoloading. That's actually kind of interesting. You think it's more the timing? Yeah. I guess I'm my opinion on the like new mechanic is that it's good for like decent players, good players, definitely, because well, you can like be more efficient with your firing, but then again, for bad players, I feel like bad or mediocre players already struggle with the auto reloading system as it is, since it does require some actual brain power to make the most out of the tank. So adding another layer of difficulty, or yeah, so like another thing you have to like keep an eye on, could make it hard to play for a novice, but for a good player, I feel like it can be a rewarding system, which is I mean, I guess we'll just have to see if it's good or bad for the game. Yeah, you need to be even more like careful than you do with like the regular auto loading or auto reloading system. That's for sure. And like I feel like complexity is good, and usually, at least, like dumbing down the game is never good. So so far I'm gonna say I'm actually, yeah, I like it so far, but then again, before I get to test it myself, no idea how it's gonna be. And then we're excited for the first time in a long time. Yeah, like new line of tanks and some new mechanics, so that's pretty nice. And the premium tank, 10 degrees of gun depression, that's pretty nice. And I can't remember how much armor the thing had, but it did have some pretty decent upper hull and turret armor, so that thing's gonna be a freaking good ridgeline fighter, definitely. And yeah, I'm actually really freaking excited now. And tier 10 one, that one looks freaking awesome. I think the Italian arty will get the same gun system if they get arty. I hope they don't get arty. Like, I hope no one gets arty. I hope arty gets nuked and forgotten and never comes back. But if they did, probably yeah. Like so far, well, not every Italian tank, but every Italian tank line has the auto reloading system. So yeah, I mean that's kind of their thing. So I don't know what kind of like arty pieces Italy has like historically had, but yeah, there's definitely a chance that they would use it anyway, even if they didn't historically have it. So yeah, any more comments on